Number five is perspective. Now, if you're pulled way too far back and you're trying to find if you're an INFJ versus an INFP, that is way too far back because you're trying to decide between two totally different types with two totally different cognitive function sets. I saw somebody come in the other day and said, I think I might be an ENTJ or an INTJ. And again, you're way too far back. There's no way that you can determine what type you are if you haven't even been able to determine whether or not you're an extrovert or an introvert, whether or not you have an inferior FI or inferior SE. And that's why it's so important to learn the cognitive functions. Whenever you're pulled that far back, it's like trying to look at a fully made stew and say, what ingredients am I using? There's no way that you're going to be able to find the cognitive functions you're using when you're trying to look at two totally different types. The other version that I see of this that people do is going way too deep. And people are looking at asking questions like, I'm not sure if I'm using TE trickster, and these are talking about unconscious functions. Now again, using that ENTJ, INTJ example, if you haven't even determined whether or not you're an extrovert or an introvert, there's no way that you're going to be able to determine something like using TE trickster. You're way too deep in the rabbit hole. So come back to surface level, focus on the details of the cognitive functions. That's how you're going to find your type.